Hey everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're all are doing happy and doing blessed and doing safe. Welcome to my first random live stream of 2024. This is just going to be just a basic live stream where I'm just going to talk about random stuff. The first thing I do want to talk about though is what is coming up on my Geek Report, which will be dropping for Tuesday, around Monday or Tuesday. And this is what I got all set up for, if I ever get it right. Let me go back to this and let me do this again because I'm stupid. Entire screen. There we go. So anyway, this is what we've got all going on for the Geek Report on Tuesday. In TV and movie news, we're going to be talking about Jonathan Majors. Now, I know this happened like the last part of 2023, but we're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about a new Echo trailer that basically canonizes the Daredevil Netflix show. Okay? So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about how the director of John Wick wants to make a Star Wars film. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about this tonight. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that on the Geek Report. And the day we've all been waiting for has finally come. This happens at the end of 2023. You know, it happened on December 29th. Bobby Kotick is out at Call of Duty. Now, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm going to talk about that on the Geek Report. But Bobby Kotick is gone. All right, he's no longer in control of Call of Duty. And hopefully we will see some massive changes soon. Hopefully that's what we're going to see is some massive changes soon. And good changes at that. And finally, on our Geek Report this week, on Tuesday, that's going to be dropping, we're going to find out that PlayStation has confirmed that Silent Hill 3 and Metal Gear Solid 3 remakes are dropping this year. So, you know, those remakes are coming. I know there's a lot of fans of Silent Hill 2. I'm more interested in Metal Gear Solid 3. But, yeah, those remakes are going to be dropping this year. This has been confirmed by PlayStation. So that's what we're going to be talking about on our Geek Report. And just to be sure, there ain't nothing else down there. And I've already talked about all that. So let's start off with what everyone was talking about, what everyone's been talking about. And let me mute this because this is getting on my nerves. If I could ever do it. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about what everyone has been talking about, and that is the list. They dropped this week. Now, just to be clear, so everyone knows what I'm talking about the list of that guy who owned the island. If I say his name, I'm afraid YouTube's going to like demonetize me or something. But basically, it is the testimony of all of his victims because of a lawsuit brought about by one of his victims. Okay. And they're talking about testimony, emails, and there's a lot of stuff coming out about this stuff. And I really did not want to talk about this, but I feel I have to. You know, I really do feel I have to talk about this because of the simple fact that it is so prominently out there. And just some of the stuff that I've gathered from it so far. First off, this exonerates Donald Trump. You know, when these were getting ready to be dropped, if I can ever move that out of the way, when these were getting ready to be dropped, basically everyone's saying, oh, you know, Donald Trump's going to be on there. And I'm not a very political channel, okay, but everyone was saying that. Oh, Donald Trump's going to be on there. Oh, Donald Trump's going to be on there. He was on there, all right. It exonerated him. I forgot which Jane Doe it was, but they were asking this Jane Doe, have you ever met Donald Trump? Blah, 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 blah. She said no, never. And according to one of the lawyers of the plaintiff, I think that's how you have to say it, plaintiff, according to the lawyer of one of the victims, okay, Donald Trump was the only one who answered his call when he started sending out subpoenas. Donald Trump literally called him and said, hey, look, you don't need to send me out a subpoena. That's just mean you just talk. He's the only one. Okay? So this, in my view, this exonerates Donald Trump. Now, if more come out about it that shows A, B, C, and D, I will full on say, okay, this no longer exonerates him. But as far as everyone and their uncle saying, "Oh, he's going to be in these files," he was in the files, all right. He was completely exonerated, completely. Okay, and it's so hilarious how the media is spinning this. Okay, like you got all these YouTubers like Benny Johnson and DJ Cobra, and all these YouTubers are just telling it like it is, saying, "Look at the files; it exonerates him." And then you got the mainstream media over here basically saying, "Oh, well, we don't know all the sides of the story yet." And it's like, it's right there in black and white. Literally right there in black and white. What more do you need? I think this really does shine a bad light on Bill Clinton. You know, there's been a lot of stuff coming out about Bill Clinton, and none of it good. Okay, and we're not just talking about the underage girl stuff. We're talking about the fact that he actually used his power and influence to protect this guy. So, you know, that kind of begs the question, why? Okay, what did Jeffrey Epstein have on him? And I know there's all these like thoughts going out, like, oh, this Jeffrey Epstein entirely was a intelligence operation, or it was a blackmail operation, or something like that. I'm not going to give into that. Okay, I'm not going to give into those conspiracy theories as of now. Now, am I open to them? Absolutely. Okay, I am completely open to them. But my personal opinion is this about the whole situation, is that Jeffrey Epstein was doing this for one simple reason, and that was power. Okay. Now, could he have offered intelligence to certain governments and stuff? Absolutely. I am not doubting that one single bit. There ain't no way I'm going to doubt that. No way. But I think that he wanted power. That I don't know what he worked as. I don't really care. But having that type of information gets you a lot of friends and a lot of places. Okay. And I think that's what eventually led to what happened to him. And I know I said his name, but it's too late now. Still, though, I mean, I'm not into the whole spy thing. I think it just kind of takes away from the fact that you have this man. He had all this money. He had like millions upon millions of dollars. He was buying jets. He was giving women plane rides and teaching them how to fly planes and all this other stuff. And he was doing all this stuff on the side. So I'm more inclined to believe it was a blackmail operation, but just purely out of money and power. Okay. That's what I believe. Okay. That's just my flat out personal opinion on the whole situation. Now, if other news comes out that says, hey, he had contact with these people and these people, then yeah, I might start to believe that maybe it is. But that just seems too much like a Tom Clancy novel. And it's already like at those levels of something you would see in novels and stuff. Okay. But like, yeah, I'm just not down with the whole idea that this is some kind of intelligence operation as of yet. I'm open to the idea, but I just don't think it's at that point yet. Okay. So, there's that. Now, one of the things I did want to talk about, and I'm going to try to get it on here, is, the Star Wars director. So, Star Wars news. Let's look up here. And now, this right here, John Wick director wants to take a swing at a Star Wars film. And this is coming from MSNBC. Now, someone explain something to me. Please explain something to me. And I'm on news, blah, blah, blah. Get that back on. Okay. So, someone explain something to me, please. Okay. Now, they just announced that they are having a new director for the Rey movie, if it comes out. Okay, if it comes out, and I'm trying to find where that is at. New Daisy Ridley, no, Star Wars news, Rey movie director. Okay, so this is her right here. Ray Centric movie director offers promising update. Okay, so let's see what this woman looks like. So we go down here, and how guy accept all cookies. Don't really care. Okay, so she did Miss Marvel. Now let me see what else she has done. So I'm going to get this on. Copy. So let me go back here. And I got a point to all this, okay? And the point is this, is that why are they going after people who literally don't have any experience? Now, I want to see what this woman's experience is because, like, I want to see what she's done, okay? I know she did some Miss Marvel, but let's just see what she's done, okay? Because, no, that ain't it. Oh, I should prepare better for this IMDb. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so she was born in Pakistan. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm all cool about that. You know, I mean, but let's see what she's known for, okay? So she is known for I Am Somebody, Life is Too Short, Satara, Freedom Fighters. None of these I've seen. Not one of these I've never seen anywhere near me. Let's see what she's got upcoming. Okay, she's got Star Wars. Okay. Miss Marvel. She's done 15 movies, and not one of them, I don't remember. The only thing I recognize her stuff as was Miss Marvel. Now, let me admit, I did enjoy Miss Marvel a little bit. I think that they could have done better, but it was okay from what I saw. And I saw the ABC version of it, okay? So why are they getting people like this? But when the director of John Wick, when the guy who made a story about a guy going for revenge over his dog and his car into such a monumental franchise, when he says, hey, I want to do a Star Wars film, why ain't they ringing his phone off the hook? Okay? Why ain't they ringing his phone off the hook? Could you imagine what he could do with a Star Wars film? I mean, let's just separate this from the Luke Skywalker stuff, okay? Let's completely separate this, okay? Let's for the sake of argument, let's say, okay, we'll give him his own character. He can put it in any era he wants and just let him have at the, okay? Could you imagine what he could do, literally, with original character, but not just that? Could you imagine what he could do by bringing in the old characters from the old Legends universe? Stories like Mary J. Skywalker, Kyle Katarn, Koran Horn. You know, could you imagine what he could do? I mean, seriously, could you imagine it? You know, having the action, the adventure of a John Wick film in Star Wars. Okay? And it wouldn't even have to have lightsabers in it. It could just have blasters and slug throwers and all that stuff. Could you imagine what they could do? What he could do in Star Wars? And instead of ringing his phone off the hook, they get this woman. Now, look, I have nothing against this woman, okay? I don't. Only thing I know her from is, and I know there's that movie thing going on. Only thing I know her from is Miss Marvel, and it was an okay. But the John Wick films are incredible. And the only thing I can really think of is that she checks off certain boxes. Okay? I think it's quite obvious. Now, look, I don't have nothing against this woman. Okay? I think she was an okay director for Miss Marvel. That's literally all I know her from. I thought Miss Marvel was okay. It wasn't great. Okay, it was not up to the level of like Avengers Endgame or anything, but it wasn't completely horrible. And I saw it on ABC. I did not see it on Disney Plus. And I'm gonna get that off the way. But that's literally all I know her from, and it was okay. But why are you getting her when this guy is literally stating, "Hey, I want to do a Star Wars film"? Okay, why ain't you ringing his phone off the hook saying, "Hey, we heard your interview. Let's me and you talk and see what we can do in terms of getting you into the Star Wars universe. Let's me and you talk about this." Okay, why ain't you calling this guy up? All right, I swear it don't make any sense, you know? And the only thing that really comes to my mind in terms of what's going on here is while she may be an okay director, she checks off certain boxes. She literally checks off certain boxes. I think that's become obvious. And you know what? Let's just face facts. Star Wars does not have a good history of basically keeping projects. Okay. And I am still very doubtful that this project will happen. Okay. I am very, very doubtful this project will happen. Anything they announce right now, I'm going to be very doubtful for because of the simple fact that there's so much going on behind the scenes at Disney and Lucasfilm and all that, that basically I'm going to be very doubtful. And if you don't know what I'm talking about this proxy fight between Nelson Peltz and Bob Iger. Okay. And I think that with everything going on, with how bad the Miss Marvels did, with how bad everything has been going downhill in 2023, I think Nelson Peltz, Ike Perlmutter have got a lot of ammunition to work with. I think they've got a ton of ammunition to work with. Okay. That's just my flat out personal opinion. That I think they've got a ton of ammunition to work with to get Bob Iger kicked off the board. And if they do, Kathleen Kennedy's days are numbered. That's just my personal opinion. I think the only reason that Kathleen Kennedy is still there is because of Bob Iger and also because of these projects. Okay. And there's been all these rumors going around that, she was just there in name only and all that other stuff. No. Nuh-uh. I think that she was in control of everything. I think The Mandalorian season 3 proved that she was still in control of everything. I don't. How am I gonna say this? When it comes to Ahsoka, I think she influenced Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni was only going with the flow. I really do, because he did not. Because he created this. He basically created Ahsoka. Okay, and he did not want. You would not want your legacy being a crappy character. Now, Ahsoka ain't a crappy character. At least she wasn't in Rebels and she wasn't in the Clone Wars. She was a great character with a great arc. Okay? But the Ahsoka series failed her, and it wasn't the actor's fault, it was the director's. Just the overall story. Now, I've not seen Ahsoka. I'll be flat out honest with you. I don't want to see Ahsoka just based on what I've seen. But I think that Kathleen Kennedy went and influenced Dave Filoni, and somehow she promised Dave Filoni this Ahsoka series, but she kept her hands in the pie. Now, there is something I am kind of wondering about. And I've been wondering about this for a while now. Okay, this has been kind of like in my mind for a while now. But I'm going to head on over to Twitter for a second. So let's just go on over to Twitterverse, and I want to show y'all something. And y'all going to have to excuse me for a minute. I'm going to take care of something, so give me a second here. So anyway, let's go on over here to Twitter for a second. This is my Twitter feed, and they're saying, throw me your thoughts, all that stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. Until I get a trailer for this movie, for The Acolyte, I don't think it's going to happen until I get a trailer. But I want to show y'all something. For like over a year now, okay, we have not heard hide nor hair of Jon Favreau. Heard anything about Jon Favreau. I mean, look at this. The last tweet he did Let's see. Has he done any likes? Let's see if he did any likes. Um, the last like he did was on March 26, 2020. But there are no posts. I mean, where's his posts at in terms of like Ahsoka, Andor? Where are they? And if you look up here, it says like actor, writer, director. All true. But there's nothing in it about Lucasfilm. There's nothing in there about The Mandalorian. The only thing he's got in there about The Mandalorian is his posts about The Mandalorian. But where is that in his bio? And I'm just kind of wondering, is he still working at Lucasfilm? Is he still there? Okay. Is he still working at Lucasfilm? And I don't know anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what his situation is, but I would like to know. Because if John, and I think that's the whole reason why they're keeping it ambiguous and keeping it a mystery. Don't even get me try saying those big words. But that's the whole reason they're keeping it a mystery, I think. The whole reason they're keeping it a mystery is so because they know if Jon Favreau leaves, you're going to see a mass exodus. And if he leaves, it's stupid. He created the MCU. He created it. Okay? And you're going to push him out because he doesn't want to follow your rules? Forget that. You know what I'm saying? I hope that Warner Brothers or whoever is talking to him and trying to get him to come over, because I've heard rumors that DC Studios is trying to get him to come over to DC. If that happened, they should give him any project he wants. They should literally say, okay, look, you want this project? It's yours. Have at thee. Do your thing. Show him that there's a better way to do it than what's at Lucasfilm. Okay? And if he's still, kind of just waiting in the shadows, waiting for this whole, like, proxy fight between Nelson Peltz and Bob Iger to, happen, or maybe he's waiting for Kathleen Kennedy to finally just step away because there's rumors that she's going to be retiring, then I wish that I can understand why they're keeping it a mystery. But there needs to be some kind of confirmation like, hey, he's still working here. He's just taking maybe a break. Maybe he's rejuvenating, whatever, to bring us better Star Wars content. All right. And I don't know if at one time, but if you look up here, if I remember correctly, there was a picture of the Mandalorian up here. So if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But like, here's the thing, like, why ain't there any recent posts about Ahsoka? Why ain't there any recent posts about The Mandalorian Season 3? Why ain't there any recent posts about anything Star Wars related? The most recent post that he has is from, let's see here, January 16, 2020. Most recent one. Okay? Which begs the question, what is going on here in terms of Jon Favreau? You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing I kind of want to look at, and this is kind of like something I'm really interested in. And I don't know if you can see my t-shirt, but it's like a Top Gun, but it's Gunstar t-shirt. So, I'm not sure how many of y'all remember, but a while back I did Geek Report. And they were talking about The Last Starfighter. And they're talking about a remake. The Last Starfighter. Last Starfighter remake. So, anyway, let's see, published. Okay. So, the most recent one I got in terms of any information about The Last Starfighter is this. Let's see where I can find it at. All right, so this is published March. Sequel very, very close. It has a sizzle reel. So may finally get a follow-up. So Gary Whitta is doing it. He worked on World Run. So, and this is the most recent thing we have right here. Is this right here? Is the Last Starfighter, and I'm gonna show y'all the concept reel. Now there won't be any volume on it, but I'm gonna show y'all the concept reel. There will not be any volume. Just let me take care of that right now. There will not be any volume. I mean, I remember The Last Starfighter. It's a great movie. I own The Last Starfighter, and I would really like to see a sequel to it. I don't want them to remake it. I want a sequel. Okay. Now this one's called The Last Starfighters. Um, which which maybe they're just doing like a two thing instead of calling it The Last Starfighter 2. They're calling it The Last Starfighters. But this is the concept art. There you have some concept art right there. This is all from Gary Whitta's Twitter. You've got another piece of concept art. You've got the trailer park. Starbright trailer park, if I remember correctly. There's that, the Starlight trailer park. This is concept art. This is the last thing I think he's posted about it for a while. You know, um, and I have to admit it looks good, but has there been any news on it? And there hasn't been. I mean, they're freaking ads. There's in the background on this one, you can see like the trailer park, and you can see the Starfighter landing. I mean, there hasn't been any news on it for like over almost 2 years now. So I'm kind of hoping that he does post something about it being happening. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna go back over on Twitter because that's where the majority of this stuff came from, is Twitter. Gary Whitta, he worked on Rogue One. He is a writer, and he's working on The Last Starfighters. Okay, that's what they're officially calling it from what I understand, The Last Starfighters. Now that could be multiple reasons. It could be. Let me see if I can get Gary Whitta. What the heck? Huh? Well, what do you know? Did he leave? Did he leave Twitter? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, I be dog. He left Twitter. Oh well. I can't believe he left Twitter. See what I mean? I didn't even know he left Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So blah blah blah. The Last Starfighter. Why hasn't the Last Starfighter yet? Even said Let me see if this. Let me see if I can get it this way. Did he? So he left. Did he leave Twitter? Did he leave Twitter? So let's see if he left Twitter, because it's looking like he might have left Twitter. Huh. It looks like he left Twitter. So yeah, it looks like he left Twitter. Well, I'll be dog. Anyway, they had some like concept art and um all this other stuff about like how they wanted to do The Last Starfighter, and some were saying that it was a remake, some were saying it was a reboot, but like I hope it's a sequel. I hope it's that it focuses on maybe keeping the game going, maybe even having like a mobile game for the Last Starfighters. But man, I did not know he left Twitter. So yeah, I mean he left Twitter. I did not know that. Threads.net, Gary Whitta. Let me see if he's on Threads. There ain't no way I'm going to Threads, but still I'm gonna check it out. Let me see if he posted any of the concept art over on Threads. Star Wars. So AI. Okay, so let me go to his Instagram. Let me see. Let me check out his Instagram because apparently he left Twitter, and I guess he was like a whole bunch of other people who really got ticked off at Elon Musk and all that stuff. Which I don't understand what the whole deal about that was. I mean, Elon's honestly made Twitter better, and I know people are calling it X, but still. Let me see what we got here in terms of. Yep, he left X. Oh well. Yep, he left X. I can't believe it. Oh well. Well, I guess he was just one of those people who got angry at Elon Musk for fixing Twitter, actually making it legit again. Actually making it a place worth going to again. It ain't perfect, but at least it was a place worth going to again. But anyway, like I was saying, I want a Last Starfighter sequel. Okay, I don't want a reboot, rehash, remake, whatever. I want a sequel. Okay, I want to focus on Alex and Maggie's kid. Maybe he or she came home, and let's see, it was Zur, if I remember correctly. Zur was trying. No, it was Zur and the Kodan Armada. If you remember in the Last Starfighter, Zur escaped. Okay, he escaped. So maybe all this time out on the Great Frontier, they're fighting Zur. And Zur finds out they have a kid on Earth, and so he sends these interstellar hit beasts after the kid. And already my internet's going a little wonky. I don't know what the heck that's all about. But like, they send these interstellar hit beasts after this kid who doesn't know what his parents are doing, and he becomes a Last Starfighter, or not the Last Starfighter, but a Starfighter in the Star League. Okay, so I would be completely down with a Starfighter sequel as long as it was done right. You know what I'm saying? But man, I did not know he left Twitter. I got no notification or nothing. So, oh well, it just that alone does not fill me with confidence. Okay. Now, it said he worked on Rogue One. I liked Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was a good movie. I thought out of all the stuff that Disney has done, Rogue One and The Mandalorian, Rebels, and the final season of the Clone Wars, and Visions. Forgot about Visions. And Visions were probably some of the best stuff they've done. Everything else, at this point, is trash. Okay, everything else is just garbage. Okay, well, let me rephrase that. The Force Awakens was okay. Okay, I thought The Force Awakens should have been better. I didn't like the way they did Han Solo, but I thought The Force Awakens could have been better. They could have used The Last Jedi to fix a lot of what happened in The Force Awakens, and they chose not to. I still had hope after The Force Awakens. Okay, I still had a lingering hope. I may not have liked how they treated Han Solo. I may not liked some of the story arcs they were doing in The Force Awakens, but I thought that they could have done better. They could create a good foundation for what was coming forward, and they wasted a golden opportunity. I mean, that first scene, or the final scene of The Force Awakens and the first scene of The Last Jedi, where Luke and Rey are together, right? They could have introduce Mary J. Skywalker right there because it looked like Luke was looking down at a grave. They could introduce Mary J. Skywalker right there. Instead, they didn't. They could have had Luke realize that this was his and Mara's daughter. They didn't do that. I mean, they had so many missed opportunities. And then just the fact that what Kathleen Kennedy said about how there was no good Star Wars stories. Oh, give me a break. All right. But, I mean, that's neither here nor there, you know. But look, this was my first ever live stream over on YouTube. This is actually my first live stream ever on YouTube. And my first live stream of 2024. I'm going to try and make these like a weekly event. So come on in, check me out, let me know what y'all think. You know I know I got a lot of improvements to do. As you can see behind me, I am trying to make some improvements. I am trying to get a green screen up. But right now, just with the green screen up and everything, even with that up, it's still kind of hard because of the tech that I'm stuck with. You know, you can't. I mean, a Chromebook ain't very good for doing a lot of video streaming or video editing and that sort of thing. But that's just an excuse. I mean, I'm going to do my best. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be me. And, you know, all that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. I'm going to try and make these a weekly event along with my geek reports. But right now, I don't know how that's going to happen because we're kind of in a slowdown in terms of news because everyone's still kind of getting over the holidays. So when it comes to news, we're kind of in a slow point where everyone's just kind of getting over the holidays and everyone's getting ramped up for the season that's coming up. And what I'm talking about is the movie season of the summer of the summer. You know, the start of summer has always been, you know, the movies coming out, the big name movies coming out. Right now, the only two that I'm really looking forward to is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and I'm looking forward to Civil War. But I'm kind of looking forward to more of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire because I know where it's coming from. Whereas Civil War, I'm really interested to see it. Okay, but I would like to see another trailer of it, maybe a story trailer of it, before I say, yes, I'm going to go see this. And as for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I feel the same way almost, but just a little bit more because I know where it's coming from because it's coming from Afterlife, okay? If they can keep the same vein as Afterlife, then if they can just treat the fans with respect, then yeah, you know, I will be completely down with all that. And my internet's going a little wonky here. But anyway, thank y'all for watching tonight. I really do appreciate y'all checking out my live stream. I will try and make these a weekly event. You know, even if it's just 30 minutes, I will try and make these a weekly event. But, like, yeah, I mean, these are just going to be random stuff that I'm, you know, looking into, that I'm talking about. It's also going to be previews of the Geek Report, which I will do, which I will upload on Tuesday, or Monday or Tuesday, one or the other. But yeah, check me out. You know, check out my site. Let me see if I can get my site. So if you're watching this, you know my YouTube site. I also have a site over on Odyssey. You know, I've started to embrace alt tech a little bit over the past couple of years. So let me get that up and going here in a minute. If I can ever get it to go. Like I said before, I am not a very professional. So anyway, this here is my Odyssey site. You know, I've got a whole bunch of my geek reports. I've got a whole bunch of my gameplay. I've got a ton of just special commentaries. You know, I accidentally nuked my YouTube channel by accident. So you know, I'm just basically starting my new YouTube channel from scratch, all that. But yeah, over here you'll find my content. You'll find my past geek reports. You will find my special commentaries. You will find my gameplay. I did a lot of Battlefield 2042, Mark of the Ninja, Sniper, Ghost Warrior contracts, God of War, that sort of thing. And I also have recently started a Rumble channel. And let me get that on here for y'all. But yeah, I've been kind of embracing alt tech a little bit just because I honestly just don't trust YouTube anymore. But at the same time, I can't help but acknowledge that YouTube does have more viewers. It does have more viewers. I will fully admit that. And this here is my YouTube channel. I mean, not my YouTube channel, but my Rumble channel. But yeah, this here is my Rumble channel. I just started it, so I don't have a whole lot of stuff there. But yeah, this is my Rumble channel right here. But look, I know this is not probably the best live stream you've ever seen. I'm going to try to get better at these things, but I'm just going to be doing my random thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I come on here, it's just going to be pure random thoughts, okay? Just what I'm looking into, off the fly, off the cuff, all that, okay? Literally all that. But look, thank y'all for joining me. I really do appreciate y'all joining me. Check out my alt tech sites as well as my Twitter. It is Redneck Jedi 35 over on Twitter, and let me get that back on for y'all so that way y'all know where I'm talking about. But yeah, check out my Twitter, keep checking out my YouTube, check out Odyssey, check out Rumble. And if I can ever get it on here. So this right here is my Twitter page. It's Redneck Jedi 35, and I hope y'all send me out a tweet. Just let me know what y'all think. I am going to be putting all my channels up on my Twitter eventually, just not yet. But look, I'm going to try to get better at this live stream. This is my very first live stream over on YouTube. Normally, I would do Twitch also. I do have a Twitch channel, but I'm not using it currently. Let me just say, I do intend to do gameplay again. But right now, I can't because of what I'm limited by. I've got a Chromebook that I'm limited by. I got a PS4 that I'm limited by. And I just want to upgrade my tech before I start doing gameplay again. And I fully intend to do that sometime this year. I had intended to do it past year, but it just didn't work out that way. So I'm fully intended to upgrade something this year. Some way, somehow, upgrade something. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me on this random live stream, just random thoughts of me talking my head off. I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. If you watched it after the stream ended, I hope you check it out. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below of what you think. Do you want to see a Last Starfighter sequel, or do you want to see a remake? What do you think about the Rey movie? What's your opinion about it? What about Jon Favreau? What do you think is going on? Going on with Jon Favreau and Star Wars? Just any of your random thoughts you want to leave, go ahead and leave them. I'm not one of these people who will block you or anything. I'm getting the hiccups now. Of course I would get the hiccups. But anyway, just leave a comment below. I will check y'all on the flip side. You guys take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Watch over yourselves. Y'all be groovy. Y'all be cool to one another. And I will see y'all in the next video and in the next stream. Laters.